In this lecture, we're going to be looking at class inheritance. We'll start off with what is class inheritance and why would it be useful? Well, the biggest useful thing about producing code is we would like to reuse code. We don't want to waste time putting in effort to pretty much create the same code. Once we create code once, we can use it over and over and over it again without having to reproduce it. So that's the useful part about inheritance. So let me dive right into it. I'll start with my PHP tags. And again, I'll use my class, call it person like usual. And let's declare some attributes. And I'll make them private. And again, the private accessor modifier, it only lets the visibility of that attribute or that method be seen within this class or within the class itself. I'll do private first name, private last name. Okay, and I'll use our constructor, declare constructor. And I'll create our constructor, which is just a special function that is called when we create new objects. So I'll use the keyword or the access specifier public because we want to use this outside of our class when we're creating new objects. So function __ construct. And we want to initialize the attribute values. So we use our keyword this followed by an arrow sign, and we want to access our attribute first name, and we assign the value no value set. Okay, and I'll just copy this line of code, do that. And we can just do the same thing, but just use our last name attribute. And I'll just create some public methods or to set and get these attribute values. So I'll do public function set first name. Or you know what? I'll just do set name, set full name, and just pass in two parameters or two pieces of information when we create our new object. So I'll just call it first name for our first piece of information and last name for our other piece of information. And of course, we want to access and assign new values to our attributes first name and last name. So I'll use our variable that we pass in or our data that we explicitly pass in when we create new objects. And then I'll just do the same thing here. Let me take this, do that, and set it to our last name here. And that's it. And then I'll just do a get, because if we want to see what the values are, we can write a get function, get full name. Okay, and we just want to return the attributes value. So we'll do return because we want to return the data from the function, return the values from our attributes, so first name, and then I'll use our dot operator, which lets us concatenate or join together strings and other data that we want to pass to the return keyword. And I'll just do first name and last name. Okay, I'll do that. and then pretty much we're set right here. But what I'll do as well, so we have this, and let's actually create another class. So I'll call that end of class, okay, or class person. Then what I'll do as well, I'll create another class, or you know what, let's call this people, and then I'll call our other class person. Okay, so what I'll do here is, since I've already created our people class, if I use a keyword, and the keyword is called extends. So the PHP keyword extends is a built-in keyword that lets us know that we want to inherit everything from an existing class already. If we previously created a parent class, so we'll call class people the parent class, because we want to inherit everything from that class, and then we'll call the other class that we inherit everything from our parent class, we'll just call it the child class. We use the keyword extends, and then the class name people. So again, this is the declaration, and I'm going to show you guys what to do next in our part 2.